Hey guys, welcome back. It's Simon Carter, and you are here at the Workout Minister podcast. Let's go. Let's talk about it today. It's going to be amazing. Today, what I have my boy E asking me a variety of questions. I have no idea what these questions are, so we're just going to hit it. He's going to ask me some questions. Hopefully, you'll get to know me a lot better, and maybe you'll learn something, or maybe I'll learn something too. So let's find out.
So one of the questions is, what moment or decision has had the biggest impact on where you are today?
What moment or what decision had the biggest impact on me today? I think the moment and decision that had the biggest impact on me today is the moment I decided to stop drinking. That was the huge moment. I remember it like it was 1990 or 1991. I want to say 91, 92. I was walking across the bridge and I was just like, no more. This is it. So that was really pivot for me because everybody in my neighborhood, in my family, just about everybody was doing some sort of drinking or smoking or just getting high. That's just how we lived my whole entire life. It was in our culture. You know, I come from a hip hop culture. Also, God was involved because, you know, my father was a preacher, you know, and my mother was really spiritual as well. She was, you know, doing her thing, but they still was indulging, you know, behind closed doors. Everybody still was doing their thing, you know? And I just got tired of it. I was fed up. I didn't want to do it no more. I didn't want to live the lie no more. I didn't want to pretend anymore. And I didn't want to deceive myself anymore, just acting like things were okay. And God was just trying to touch me, man, and just saying, you better than this. You can do more than this. Why are you doing this? And I decided to stop. And I'm telling you for a fact, when I decided to stop, it was like every problem that can ever happen happened. Everything started coming at me. Everybody started disliking me. My family started not believing in me. Everybody thought I was too good for them. I mean, people started just disowning me almost. Friends. I mean, it was just like the culture turned its back on me. Nobody was for me no more. And everybody was against me because I wasn't doing what everybody was doing. You know, the hustling, the smoking, the womanizing and sleeping with women, all that. I'm like, nah, man, I just don't want to do it. And everybody was like, yo, you ain't a part of us no more. You ain't down with the culture. You know what I'm saying? You know, you ever heard that? They took your ghetto card away from you. It was like my ghetto card was being stripped from me, almost. And yeah, and that's just how it started. And I could have gave in. All right, man, give me that. I'll do it, man. Whatever, man. I'm not weak. I can do it. But I chose not to do that because I've been down that road before. I've been down wanting to stop before, but being peer pressured into doing it because I just didn't want to lose my status of being cool or being down and just, you know, just living that. I'm about that life and showing them how I'm about that life. I was done. And yeah, that happened in 91.
That's big time. That's a big change. Even though your culture, your environment had that influence, something in you was like, you know what? I want change. I want a difference in my life. And as you did that, you did have opposition that came across you. So I know that you've been a personal trainer for a while and you train celebrities, you've done outdoor workouts, you've done all types of different things when it comes to fitness related things. When you first started your fitness career, what challenges came across you and how did you overcome them?
When I first started my fitness career, I was beyond scared. I was beyond scared because now people are depending on me and people are asking me questions and people are wanting me to lead them. So I was beyond scared, and I never wanted to really be a trainer because I always wanted to play the back and just watch people and see how people do things. So when I really first started my professional fitness career, I was beyond scared because I knew the responsibility and I knew what was required of me. So I would have to say when I first started, I had to make sure that I was well trained for myself. So I had to become that trainer of myself. So I had to train myself. So I trained myself as far as eating correct foods, having that correct discipline, running when I said I was going to run, not eating things when I said I was going to not eat it, not sleeping. I mean, you know, sleeping when I said I was going to go to sleep. All the things that I had to tell people to do, I had to do myself. And I did it. And guess what? I talked to God, my creator, and asked him and told him this is what I want to do. And, you know, he's the best trainer in the world. So he put me through it. So I went through, you know, not having no money and I went through, almost being evicted. I went through, being injured. I went through, being in the hospital, not having nobody to go to and not knowing what to do. And so you go through all these things. And the reason why he puts you through those almost impossible, tasks that you go through personally is so you can train yourself out of them. And when you train yourself out of them, and then you start to see like, wow, I am capable. I did do that. I did get right. I did learn how to get that money when nobody else was trying to help me out. I did learn how to heal myself and make sure I was doing it. I did end up, elevating and accomplishing and achieving this and executing this. And then once you see yourself doing all that, you're like, okay, I can be a trainer. I do have something to offer people other than a good-looking body. Anybody can have a good-looking body. That could be genetics. Or you know how to get it yourself, but can you help somebody else get it? And that's the whole thing. I always tell trainers, man, the best way to train. This is what my father did to me. My father did to me as a preacher. He put a string right here, and he said, "This is how you lead." He said, "Now look, if I try to push this string from the back, look what happened. That string don't go nowhere. You can't push a string from the back." He said, "But if you take this string and you put your hand in the front of it and you pull it, look what happened. That string get in a straight line and it just goes." He said, "That's what leaders do. That's what trainers do. They never push from the back. They always lead from the front." And I never forget that. So I always remember that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm never just going to be that regular trainer just trying to push people. You can do it. You can do it. Give me 10 more, 8 more, all that. Now, I'm not into that. I got to lead them and I got to show them how to do it. I got to be that example. And that's what I do. I'm that example. So the long story short, I was scared and I had to make sure I laid myself first. And I did that. And once I led myself first, I went to school. I got a different education because I just didn't want to have that street trainer mentality. I wanted to have that academic along with the streets. So I went back to school, found a great school to go to, and got trained up in that school. I learned about the anatomy and physiology, learned about exercise science, and then I was like, yo, take me back to the street. And then I went back to the street and just hit it. And that's what happened. So I advise anybody who wants to train, make sure you're well educated and well versed, and then make sure you take that education and you take that training and then you make it your own. You get your own philosophy, you get your own total understanding and know how to actually discuss it and analyze it and just articulate it to other people. Like I always tell people, if they ask me my training philosophy, I'll be like, you gotta be stronger than your strongest excuse. That's it. Be stronger than your strongest excuse. And then, define your finish line. Don't let nobody else define your finish line. And working out is a manifestation of how you live your life. And you have to transcend the gravitational pull of negativity that surrounds you all the time. Those are things that took me a long time and I created it. And my mission is always to pray, to strive, and have faith that God bless you in the midst of your striving. And I just say all that is because you take your time, you sit down, you write out who you are, where you want to go, and it can happen for you.
Was there ever a time in your career where you're like, man, I feel like I may give up? You ever feel that way? Or you always have some type of hope and you're like, I'm gonna keep going no matter what? But was there anything that ever challenged you where it almost made you want to quit, but you somehow kept pushing through?
Yeah, I would have to say what made me want to quit was probably the pandemic. Yeah, it wasn't COVID. I caught COVID, Delta, the first one. So I was out for 43 days in the bedridden. I was on a ventilator a few times. I went to the emergency room a few times, lost 38 pounds. I wasn't going to quit still in that. But when they shut down my gyms, I was done. Because it took me so long to get those gyms, and I was strategically trying to, get gyms set up in certain areas within Los Angeles, and I did it. I got them, and I went through a lawsuit. I overcame that, and I was still rocking. I still got trainers. I got people working for me. I got a nice group of clients, and everything was going good. Then the pandemic hit and they shut down the gyms, and the trainers, I couldn't keep So everybody had to go out and do their own thing. Then I found myself catching COVID. And then I had to go to the street, and I went to the park. I started training in the park. And that right there was like, I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. I never knew that the government can shut you down like that. So when that happened, I was like, I don't want to start another gym, That was it for me. That was a real switch for me. Even now, to this very day, I still think that starting my own gym, I'm not interested in doing it no more. There's other ways to do it.
It stopped you from having that gym in that sense where you kind of like left owning the gym type of mindset, but you're still training, you're still doing fitness, you're still helping people with their lives. So
I love that.
That never changed.
That never changed.
It's just owning the gym. You're like, you know what?
I don't want to own the gym anymore.
Yeah.
A lot comes with that. I'm a little older now. I didn't want to go through that entrepreneurial, owning the gym, paying the mortgage, paying the insurance, paying the people, paying the taxes, paying all the stuff I had to pay, and then have to pay my personal stuff. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. But as far as doing what God has given me to do, as far as like help people and inspire people and sort of like lead people to become better people, I think I'm going to do that for the rest of my life. I think that's a part of me. I wake up and I go to sleep doing that. That's just in me, and I just want to do it. Every time I talk to somebody, I just want to like make them better in some way. Whoever they are, I just want to make them better. I just want you to be a better person. And that's just not one person. That's just like everybody I encounter. I'm like, how can I make you better? You know what I'm saying? How? What can I do for you? How can we do this? And that's what I did. When I first met here at the GM here, I went in their office and said, yo, what you need me to do? How can I make this happen? Put me in. I want to be that dude I want to make an impact in whatever I do, and I want to help people become better people.
Now, I want to challenge you. This is a challenging question. How do you handle criticism, rejection, or people not believing in you?
I think I handle it very well. I think my whole thing is, I think we had this discussion earlier. It's about audience of one. My whole thing is just about God. So people can reject me all they want. People can not believe in me. People can say no to me. That's all good, because as long as I know I'm on the right path of doing what God requires me to do, doors are always going to open for me, and he's always going to be providing for me. As long as I stay. See, the problem is when we not obedient. When I wasn't obedient to God, I suffered. And when I tried to do things my way, I didn't have anything, even though you might have thought I had everything. I had nothing. I was miserable. I didn't have love from other people. I didn't love other people too much the way I wanted to love other people, because I'm trying to do it my way. But when I found out, I'm just going to do it God's way, dude. So it's not about when person reject me, when people say no, it's all good. You know why? Because honestly, and I'm not trying to be arrogant. I don't want to show pride or anything, but I know I'm on the right path, and I know I got something to offer. And when you know you're on the right path and you know you got something to offer, whoever rejects me, whoever says no to me, it's kind of like I feel sorry for them, because they not taking advantage of this opportunity that's in front of them. I'm giving you a gift right now. You know what I'm saying? I really see it that way. I'm trying to bless you. And if you don't want this blessing, then I go somewhere. This is a blessing, dude, what I'm trying to bless you with right now. This is really, you should feel fortunate. That's how I see it. No, but if I'm coming at you, I'm coming at you to serve you. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming at you like, yo, look, I'm trying to elevate you and help you excel. And so it's not in any way in a bad way. So if they don't want to see it, that's fine. The next person.
You said audience of one, and you're talking about kind of like almost like working for God in that way. What's a good way to explain that, like in a deeper level, for people that may not fully understand what an audience of one means? If they don't have a relationship with God, if they don't know God.
If you don't got a relationship with God and you don't really understand an audience, the whole premise and the concept of audience of one. Let's just say, for instance, I have God, right? But let's just say if you have a spouse. Let's just say if you have a professor or a teacher, or you have somebody in your life that is so profound that you can care less what anybody else thinks. They are your world. And all you want to do is please that one person. Everybody else can get in line. You got blinders on, and you just want to make sure that person is happy. And so that's it. And everything that you do, every word that you speak, you speaking as if they hear you, and you doing as You're doing things as if they can see you. So when you acting like that and you see it like that, it's audience of one to me. It's like that person has eyes on me always. So I'm acting as if that person hears everything I'm saying. I'm acting as if that person sees everything I'm doing. And so when you act like that, that's audience of one. Everybody else don't matter. Everybody else is just like, they're not an audience. They're like just spectators. Spectators in the audience is different. Spectators are not the people in the audience. They just casually just driving by and happen to see what's going on. What's going on out there? What's going on? That's a spectator. That's not the audience. Audience is the person you're trying to please. I'm trying to please God. Everybody else is just a spectator.
But if you had to give one form of advice to anybody, let's say a random stranger on the street, an entrepreneur, if someone like in your life, you're like, hey, just take this advice with you and use this for the rest of your life or whatever, just something to encourage or that you wish your younger self would have known, what advice would that be?
Obedience. That's what come across my mind first. It's not about belief. It's not about faith. It's about obedience. And that is what I lacked. When I was growing up, I lacked obedience. I lacked total obeying. I wanted to do it my way. I wanted to be all about me. I wanted to know I had it, and this is how I'm getting down, and this is what I'm doing. And I had to learn it's not about what you want. It's about what God has structured us to do. And when you obey that structure, everything else gonna fall in place. So whoever is out there, man, just listen. Obey your God. That's all. Obey God. That's all you got to do. And guess what God is going to do for you? When you say, God, tell me what to do, God, somehow he's going to instill something in you and you're going to know. Some people call it intuition. Some people call it, I just had this thought. You're going to know. He's going to bless you with right from wrong. And he's going to tell you exactly how you need to do it. You're going to feel it. I'm telling you, you're going to feel it. Obey that. Just obey that. And then he's going to start hitting more things. Go over here. Go to this church, go to this mosque, talk to this person. Obey that. No, don't do that. Obey that. Don't get involved with that person. Obey that. Yo, she not the one for you. Obey that. Instead of just saying, nah, that ain't true. Let me go ahead and do this. Nah, I need to get this money. Nah, I can do that. Everybody else do it, I can do it too. See, you stopped obeying. We stopped obeying. Don't do that. So what, you gonna look like a nerd? So what, you gonna look like a square? Somebody else, what they gonna say you weak? Nah, that's not true at all. Just obey, and I'm telling you, doors will open up. It will become like open sesame. When you become obedient, abracadabra, doors will open up for you, man. Things will happen for you that you never even imagined. And that's all I can say. I'm a prime example of that, because I'm gonna tell you, I got news for you. You might see it. I'm a little older now, so I can share with you. I was a neighborhood F-up. I was a high school flunky. I was a teenage nightmare. I was my parents' worst nightmare. All that. I'm telling you, I was that kid. You know, I was a menace to society. And it all worked out for me. It all worked out. So it worked. And once I started to obey, life changed for me. I'm talking about degree after degree, job, money after money, house, car, it just changed. I mean, doors open up when you obey. Things will change for you. And I'm not even talking materialistically. Peace comes. If something don't work out, you understand that there's no such thing as losing. There's only such thing as learning. Even when you lose, you win when God is your friend. That's what I was taught. Even when you lose, you win when God is your friend. Because God is only going to give you rejection to give you direction. And that is so primary in my life at this stage right now. And I'm so happy and fortunate that I get a chance to share that with people, especially my kids. I swear to you, man, obedience, man, reigns supreme. People talking about belief reigns supreme. How you gonna say you believe when you don't obey? It don't go hand in hand. You can't believe and not obey. God, what do you care about your belief if you don't obey? If I got children and they say, I know you my dad, but you don't obey what I say. What I care for if I'm your dad don't mean nothing to me. I must not be a good dad if you're not obeying me, right? There it is. obedience.
I think it's powerful. You kind of helped out with the mindset kind of shift too, where you actually not just believe in something, but you're walking in it too. And obedience, but taking action makes the biggest difference. Like part of you was like, you know what? I don't want to do that. I want to be different. Even though like the culture and stuff, they're like, what do you mean? You know, it was different for someone to actually want to better themselves, you know?
Yeah, I think for me, it was one thing that I have to say about my parents. You know, I just painted them in a bad light, but even earlier, like before the 13, from, you know, like since I can remember at 5, I remember my mother bringing me to a track and running, and he's going to work out. I remember my uncle, I think I was like 7 or 8 years old. My uncle gave me my first weight set. So those things literally stayed with me forever. And so I remember those. So then when I started getting high and drinking and following the leader and doing what my culture was doing, everybody started drinking and smoking, and everybody came to my house because all their parents came to my house, right? And so it was like, of course the kids are gonna come. So it was like our house was kind of the hangout spot, right? And I always had weed and I had everything. I did money, everything, and it was just like it became second nature to why not do it. Everybody calling, everybody do it, so this is what you do. But something in me, I remember earlier on that, okay, they do this, but my parents was always like, no, but this is not right. This is not why we do it. We're trying to get closer to God. And it just changed into money over time. And somehow my parents even got like in the ocean, a wave comes. And I think my parents got with all the money that just came so fast. They didn't, and all they had to do was just provide this, and they had that. It seemed like mountains of it. It was like mountains of marijuana, right? And all we got to do is put it in these little baggies and give it away. This is our calling. This is money for life. So I can understand that. They got what? Look at all this, like garbage bags full of cash type thing, right? Yeah. You know, when you got that, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, you're thinking this is your call, this is what you were meant to do. And this is how you're going to serve God to make God better. And what really, you asked me earlier, what changed, what was a pivot point for me? Real pivot point for me was coming in the house. My mother, this is a long time ago, intercom phones just became a big thing. And I never forget, I'm about to walk in and I hear my mother talking on the outside, and she's talking to her sister. And my mother is the oldest, and she has several sisters. And one of her sisters who had twin boys, and they're going into a mortuary school. They have funeral homes right now. They have multiple funeral homes, but they were going to school at the time, and she was just telling what her boys are doing and everything. And my mother only got one son. And she asked, so what's your boy doing? My mother had nothing good to say about me. Nothing. And I thought I was out on the street. I thought I was doing my thing. And she had nothing good to say about me. In fact, she changed the subject. And you can tell how she, okay, let's talk on this and that. And she changed it. And I knew right then and there I had to stop. So then I stopped the drinking alcohol. And I was going to the house and I heard that my mother didn't have nothing good to say about me. And I thought I was on the street, you know, doing my thing, you know, and I knew I really wasn't, but I thought I was somebody that you can speak about nicely. And no, I wasn't. There was nothing nice. I was I was a menace to society, right? But I didn't know that at the time. And so she had nothing good to say about me, so I knew I had to change. Well, I had to revert back to 5 years old, to 6 years old, to just remembering the love that I received, remembering being told that I was awesome, that I was incredible, that I was going to do big things. Remembering that 5 and that 6-year-old and that 13-year-old boy, I was so polluted. Toxins and pollutants is all in my head from just smoking every day and drinking every day. And it's just like, I knew something was in me, and that's what made me stop. And once I stopped, I never, ever looked back. I never indulged again. Once I dropped that in that river, I looked down because we lived in the projects, but behind the projects was this enormous wooded area, right? And you had to go through that wooded area to get to the stores. So they made a black path to go through it. And through that, they made a big bridge. And the bridge went up like this, and it wasn't a car bridge, it was a walking bridge. I went up, and underneath was a river. The river was kind of fast. And so I would walk in, and I was by myself, and I took the private stock, and I just dropped it in the river. It hit some red rocks. And you can see the suds, and that alcohol went down the river. I had a couple bags on me. I took those bags, and just tossed them. Those was Buddha bags. It was good weed, right? I tossed it. I said, I'm done. And I just kept walking. I didn't do AA. I didn't do anything. I did Fed Up. You know what I'm saying? I did Fed Up. I'm tired of living like this. And that's it. And let me tell you something. People think he wasn't addicted. When I talk about addicted, I couldn't wake up without it. I couldn't go to sleep without it. I needed it every day. I was totally addicted. I was a teenage junkie. There's no question. And I had to go without it. And so that's how I get down. That's my story. And I had to change, and I changed. And I'm so thankful, and I'm so happy that God gave me the strength. And there was many tests, beautiful women. Just take a sip. I mean, talk that, you a square. They ain't want nothing to do with me. Finding weed, more weed. Man, we get high, we going here, we going to this place. Had to give it up. Everything that I wanted my cousins to just accept me and be a part of embrace me, because they was the big dudes. They had the blocks, and they had the cars and the Jeeps, and they were doing them things, and I wanted just to be loved by them. And I had to give all that, and those things was just so tempting in my life, and I had to give it up, man. And I'm thankful I did. Of course, it came with trial and error. I went through a lot, but it ended up working out in my favor. And so that was a blessing on my account, and I'm so thankful for that, man. I'm thankful, honestly, that God gave me. He took that urge away from me.
One thing you kind of mentioned was like your mom, in a sense, the way she was speaking of you. I feel like part of you like really cares deeply about how your mom views you in a sense, and that motivated you in a way to actually make some huge life changes where it's like, dude, I want to grow so much more. I want to be so much more. And I feel like your mom has had like such a huge impact on your life and who you are today. Do you feel like that still carries on today? Where it motivates you, it builds you, makes you want to grow, or because it changed your life back then when you were younger?
My mother, before you have a God, you have your parents. At one time, you don't see no flaws in your parents. You think every day they're doing, that's godly. They are God at the moment. That's why God writes down in the scriptures, honor your mother and your father, honor your parents, and your days will be long, right? Where do those words come from? Because he's like, if you can't honor your parents, there's no way you can honor me, because before you know me, there they are. They the ones who bring you into existence, right? Even though I'm the real one, but all you know is them, right? So you got to at least honor them, honor them. So I honored my mother, and I loved my mother, especially when I was young. She brought me closer to God. When everything that she ever did for me, she used to tell me, no, this is God who did this, and I'm just a portal, and this is coming from God. And if there's something that's not coming from me, it's my mistake, but God wants to give it to you. And so I always knew it was God, and I started having a relationship with God at such an early age. He was you know how kids have this imaginary friend? I had God as my imaginary friend. I used to walk around, and I used to play with God. I ain't have no brothers, right? My sister was much older than me, and so I used to have to walk around and play with God. I had to be in a room by myself. If I did something wrong, I have to play with God. It was just me and God, talk to God, playing with God. I'm so thankful that he trained me up. He put me through the test, right? And so I honor and love my mother, because sometimes when I got older, my mother started saying, I went to school. I was going to school for my PhD at the time, and I was in Florida, and I got a call. My mother, we talked, and she was like, boy, I don't know how you did it, man, but everything you're doing, man, you ain't get from me. You know what I'm saying? This is beyond me. She said, I'm so proud of you, but what you're doing is beyond me. And I thought, wow, that's awesome. Before my mother passed away, I was able to give her so much to talk about when it comes to me, to the point where people didn't even want to hear about me no more, because she talked about me so much. So all she talked about was me. My sisters didn't like it. Her sisters didn't like it, because it was just about my boy this, and my boy that. And I just loved that. It's so, because I knew it was bigger than me. what I'm doing is bigger than me. Everything that you're doing is bigger than you. You gotta give your people some bragging rights about you. You don't have to brag about you, but you gotta give them something. My boy out there doing boom, boom, boom. My brother out there doing boom, boom, boom. You need to be more like my brother. My brother do this and this and this. And they talking to their kids, you need to do, like your uncle do. He do this and this. And I was like, good. I'm like, now I'm living. I'm doing right now. I don't gotta say nothing about myself. They saying all that. And it wasn't intentionally. It just started happening. I started, yes, this is what it's supposed to be like. You know why? Because I remember getting my first degree and it was outside. I come from the hood. When I say hood, and people say, hey, I'm the only person in my family to get a degree. No, I was the only person in my projects, the whole community ever go to school, right? College. It was challenging, right? So I go up there and I get their degree. And I'm telling you, I swear this happened. When I shook that man's hand, he put that degree in my hand, a drop of rain hit my head. And then that lightning said, thunder. No lie, dude. And then it started pouring down rain, man. I was like, God just loves me, man. He's happy I did that. And he said, like, this is going to open a lot of doors for you. And I'm telling you, it did. And I worked my butt off to get that degree, yo. And that was really wonderful. That first rain, I know it just hit me. And I was like, wow, I did it. Because it was so hard getting that degree, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. It wasn't easy. Things I had to go through and things I had to change, getting up early and doing all the stuff that I was doing. Because I didn't go to high school. You gotta understand that. And so to get the degree was challenging. It was difficult. And I did it. And the guy was happy. He's like, you did it. I was like, yeah. And so I said, why stop now? And I kept going. Because I knew I had a lot to make up for, with all the wrong I did and how I was living, all the weed I smoked, everything, how I lived, how I acted out my life in early years. I had to go get another degree. I had to go out and serve people. I had to make sure that God is really pleased with me, because that was the way I paid gratitude. I just don't say thank you. No, I got to go out and do. I got to go out and do. I got to move. God, you give me this, I'm going to go and do. You give me this, I'm going to go and do. I work for it. I can't even say I work for it. You gave me this because you gave me the body to go and get it. You gave me the mind and even just the strength to get up. Because some people, I just can't get up today, dude. Just couldn't do it, man. I was too tired, man. For some reason, I don't know what happened, man. I just had to stay asleep. I heard the alarm and just couldn't get up. See, for me, I was tired, but I got up. And I got dressed and I did it. Where did that come from? Why? I wasn't like the other dude in the dorm who just stayed asleep, just couldn't do it. Why did I get up? God said, no, you do it. You got this. And I was like, yeah. And just gave me the ability. And I knew nothing. I didn't know how to read or write and count, but I stayed in the school and I passed statistics. Man, was like, how in the world did somebody like me do that? And people just came in my life, like these Asian people, to teach me, geometry and algebra. I got these people that just wanted to learn how to lift weights or play basketball that wanted me to show them. And they would just sit there and just teach me on a whiteboard how to do this work. I would pass the test, the GRE, the GMAT, the LSAT. How? Somebody, I can't take it. I'm not the smart dude, man. I'm not. It was just that God has blessed me, man. He just gave me, God can put that spirit on you, man. And then you accomplish and you achieve, man. And you do things that you didn't think you can do.
Any last thoughts that come across your mind that you want to share before you end the podcast?
Yeah, I think the only thing I can share with people is about, you're going to have struggles. You're going to have trials. I talk to a lot of people now here at the gym that's, having struggles with addictions. You got these things. People are addicted to alcohol. People are addicted to marijuana, to all type of drugs. People are addicted to pornography. People are addicted to food. They just have these addictions, man. And all I can tell you is the best way I can tell you to get out of those addictions is just to create you a solid, strong, powerful plan. I call it policies and procedures, and just be obedient to that. And make sure you praying, make sure you're staying prayed up and asking God to give you the strength to be obedient to that. But don't do things haphazardly. It's about stopping things. It's not about starting new things. So I know you might say, I need to go train with him, or I want to be a part of that gym. But if you come here and you be a part of the gym, but you still got those addictions, the first thing that's gonna go is the last thing you started. And the last thing you started probably was a gym. I started the gym last week. That's the first thing that's gonna go. Why don't we just stop the things that's really preventing us and that got us in this current situation? That's what we gotta do. And I know you're saying, how do I stop it? It's so hard, man. Every night, I'm good in the day, but nighttime, man, that's when things kick in. And I just wanna smoke, and I just wanna go see the girl, and I just wanna, watch this, and I just wanna do things. It's so hard for me. I understand it. And one thing you gotta do, if it's hard for you, say, I can't be alone right now. Go with somebody and you say, yo, I just want to chill with you for the day. They go, what, you got this big house over there, you're doing your thing. Oh, I know, man, I just gotta be around some people for a while. And just be around some people, man. Do that. If you need to be around some people, find some people to be around and just be like, yo, or house them. It may cost you a couple of dollars. House some people if you got it like that. And just be around some people that's gonna keep you motivated, keep you active, keep you going. Don't be by yourself right now, and do that for a few months. Gain some internal strength. You come up with a strategy. Sit down with somebody and say, yo, I need a strategy. And if you don't have nobody to sit down with, I know this sounds crazy right now, but I'm gonna tell you straight up, 100%, talk to your AI. Talk to chat and tell chat what you're going through, and they're gonna come up with a good scenario, and it's gonna help you out, and follow that. You gotta stop saying, man, I put this plan up, I just couldn't do it, fell off yesterday. Stop it, man. You're gonna find yourself in a circle, because we up against a powerful, powerful force. And that powerful force is the things that we've done in our past. People might call it the devil or whatever. No, it's just the things that we've done in our past, and it's habits, right? And they keep coming, and they keep wanting to come. Yo, don't do that again, do that again. Come on, let's get back into that. You up against something that's strong. So you gotta have a strong plan to fight it, all right? Create that plan. If you need it, it's called a personal growth and development plan. Everybody should have one. We need it. It will take you out of any situation that you in. And I know people saying, yo, I go to NA, I go to AA, I go to church, I go to Wednesday Bible study, I go to all things, but then you go home at night and you by yourself, and those urges and those addictions come right back because you don't got no solid plan, man. You need a plan. That's all I'm telling you. Sit down, create a plan. If you need help, come see me. We're gonna develop a plan. We're gonna create a plan, and I guarantee you it's gonna help you. As long as you be obedient to it. I'm gonna end it like that. Deuces.